time for a new day. But as we always say, neatness counts.
That's right, Mario. And by the way,
A little piece of spaghetti on your overalls.
Luigi!
Welcome to the Nuggcast, the only weekly gaming podcast that is recorded on a pirate airship. I'm Rowan.
I'm Micah.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Georgia.
Yeah,
this week on the podcast, we're going to be talking about a lot of news. We got a lot of news.
Shitload.
And then a little bit about what we've been playing this week, including Cloud Pirates, the Game Fort game.
Pirates in the clouds.
You don't actually see any pirates in the game.
It's very misleading.
There are pirate ships.
Well, there are portraits of pirates.
I want to
Yeah.
see a real pirate.
Portraits don't count.
So Ryan, what's happening?
What is happening in the news?
Well, guess what has happened?
What has happened, yes. In the past tense, this is not presently happening,
Hurry
although
up.
some of them might be.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Dude, you punched them as jockeys.
so, something that I didn't actually know. So, back in the early 1990s, Sony actually had a short-lived partnership with Nintendo, and they were going to release what was known as the Nintendo PlayStation.
Yep.
They had a prototype for it, and somebody has actually gotten a hold of it,
Yes.
and they've managed to restore it to get it into fully working condition.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
As
so
a retro game nerd, I
Yeah.
think I just nodded.
yeah.
But also, there are no games for it, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
No, but
I
the
think
system
that-
still interests me.
Well, yeah, no, yeah. But like,
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know what it is, it's basically just a Super Nintendo that has a CD drive in it, and it can play PlayStation games as well as the Nintendo SNES cartridges.
So it's just like you can make your own if you want. Just get a little Raspberry.
Well, yeah, technically you could, yeah.
it's like a Prius.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh.
you can Google it and see what it looks like to make it accurate. Because you're not getting one.
No.
There's one.
There's one in the world. It's literally the most rare
Like,
thing
there's
to
probably
make of.
other things. There's probably more just floating around Nintendo and Sony, but they're hidden. You have to follow a maze. I've done it.
There are
I'm the
treasure
person
maps.
who restored it.
Yeah.
The funny thing that I noticed after seeing pictures of it is they've put all this effort into recreating it, but they didn't because it's all old plastic, they didn't de-yellow the plastic. It's all
Right.
just got signs of aging all over the plastic.
I
I would
like
just
that,
like to
yeah.
state that it
Yeah.
wasn't me that restored it.
I'm pretty sure the plastic that Super Nintendo's made out of is 90% piss, but it's like decolored piss. So over like the decades, it just kind of slowly becomes more yellow.
What's the process of hardening piss into plastic, do you think?
I'll ask Nintendo.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I
a
was
good
Georgia,
idea.
she's the one who restored it.
You just put it in the sun.
For anybody wondering, because I forgot to give credit to the person that did it, their name is Ben Heckeden. And
Heck
Old
yak.
heckers.
Every fiber of my being thought you were going to say Affleck, and I don't know why.
I mean,
Ben Affleck?
he needs to do something else aside from just fuck his nanny.
What?
He fucked his children's nanny. That's why he
Oh,
and
that's
his
fine.
wife broke up.
Oh, he was married. That's not
yeah.
fine.
You screamed. Oh, who's married?
Batman is not a good man.
I mean, that's kind of like the whole point of Batman vs Superman, isn't it?
It's not as bad as
No,
when
Superman
Superman
is
made
the
out
bad
with
man.
Wonder Woman despite still being with Lois Lane. New 52, what the fuck is up?
Also, what the fuck? She is too good for him. Wonder Woman is too good for Superman.
Oh man,
He was in a relationship, that's the main deal, Georgia.
Wonder Woman is a lesbian as well. Confirmed because we're married.
That's true.
I mean, it's not as bad as the new Captain America being essentially a Nazi. Anyway, Overwatch news.
Comics are bad.
So last week we,
so bad now.
so,
Please help.
So last week we spoke about the loot boxes in a bunch of games that in
stats,
China
the stats.
you have to release the probabilities of the certain rarities of items from
And
loot
now
boxes.
we have them.
Yes, we do, specifically for Overwatch.
I did not
So-
think we'd get them this quickly.
Yeah, neither. And I, from a kind of I don't know if it's a dick move from Blizzard or not yet. We'll see what other people do. But they only released it for China, despite the fact that, this is a prime opportunity to give it to everyone.
To be fair, didn't we kind of expect that to happen?
Well, yeah, exactly. We did expect it to
Is it
happen.
really going to be that much different though?
Well, here's the thing, is that the chances might be different is the thing. We don't know 100% that just because on the Chinese servers these are the chances, that it will be exactly the same on the US servers, because they can tweak that if they wanted.
Yeah, I was scared of that happening.
Yeah, it's a safe assumption to go ahead and just go, oh, well, since this is the chances, that's just kind of how it will be across the board. And assuming that Blizzard isn't doing anything... it's not even that dodgy, because Chinese people can only play with Chinese people, so if the probabilities are different, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, the only
It's
way
still
I could
shady though, because
see-
it kind of like implies this is how it is everywhere. So if the odds are better in China,
Well, I think that the only reason it would be different would be a case of censorship, because some things are censored in China, and then maybe there's some skins and stuff that could be, especially like the freedom ones. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I know also because Zenyatta's based on a Tibetan monk, and
That's true.
that's like a real is Zenyatta in the Chinese game.
I believe
Has
so.
his character been heavily changed? I'm unsure.
Yeah, like the I wonder. How,
Also,
like,
isn't the map in Tibet?
the which one?
No.
The only Chinese map is Lijiang Tower.
No, not that one. The monk one, where Zenyatta's
That's in
from.
Nepal.
Yeah.
I think. Actually, yeah, that
Where's
Yeah, it is
Nepal?
Nepal.
in the Himalayas.
Okay.
Mhm.
Don't fucking worry.
So, for anybody wondering what the actual probabilities are, so rares are, there's always one guaranteed in a loot box. That's,
That
you
is
knew
a
that.
bullshit and a lie.
Okay, hold on. Can we say
The
what
blue
colors?
ones are
Okay,
always.
there we go. That's what I was asking.
Sorry, so yeah, the blue ones, there's always one guaranteed in every loot box. Purple ones is a 1 in 5.5 chance, so from every,
every 5.5 loot boxes.
yeah, that's how probabilities work.
Good thing you can buy them in 5.5s.
Yeah. And legendaries is 1 in every 13.5.
That's not true.
I've seen somebody get all legendaries
Wait, really?
skins.
Like in one loot box?
Just
What the hecko?
I want to do the
literally-
maths for that.
Yeah, I've literally only ever gotten when there's a legendary just one.
I've got a double legendary pull before.
Most of what I get is 3 whites and a blue.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Which is, the guaranteed chance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's that? I cleaned up. It's
Do
okay.
you want to just move on?
Oh, okay. Are we gonna wait for him to do math?
I'm gonna do this.
Oh my god. It's gonna be incorrect.
Yeah, it was gonna be very
It's-
incorrect.
How many things are in a box?
4.
So the chance of getting 4 legendaries is 0.033%.
And that person did it.
Were they streaming?
No.
Oh, it was just a little.
Yeah. I was just a little, I guess Reddit's sort of an image, so.
Everyone goes onto Reddit for it.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So, I've got 3 really weird stories for you guys this week. And
Oh,
they're
cool.
very strange.
I like
and
strange.
I love it. Like,
I did research on one of them.
Yeah.
Journalism.
So, the first one, a Reddit user by the name of Chemist with a K, 49, he found a
Alright.
CD with the original source code for StarCraft 1 in it in a box of junk from eBay.
And he returned it.
He returned it.
He didn't.
Which is a good thing from him, possibly because Blizzard's lawyers contacted him. That's a big possibility. But
They had nothing on him. He could have sold that for bank.
he could have.
yeah, so to be fair, it is confirmed that the copy of the source code that he got was stolen. So
That doesn't
his-
matter.
Yeah, but Blizzard's since it's their property, their lawyers technically there's not much they could have done, but they were smart to get their lawyers
Yeah.
to speak
Yeah.
to him.
It's still a huge company's
There
lawyers. and
was
that's
just
scary.
an intimidation move.
Yeah.
Well,
well,
yeah.
I would have copied the disc first.
Maybe he did.
I hope they
Well,
okay.
apparently the disc was golden, so that's pretty cool.
That's
No,
oh,
that's like
really
a thing.
cool.
Like
Ah.
you can get gold discs.
Yeah, like the blue discs from the PS2. era.
Yeah. Oh, that shit was great.
Oh yeah.
So, for returning it to Blizzard, here is the goodies that he received from this. He got a copy of Overwatch, $250 of Blizzard credit, an all expenses paid trip to BlizzCon, and they sent him a goodie box that has, a Black Widow chroma in it. It's got a bunch of Blizzard loot. This guy got so much stuff, but it still costs so much less than the legal fees that Blizzard would have to pursue to get the disc back.
Yeah.
But oh my god, this was a good PR move from Blizzard.
Hell
because,
yeah.
Wow. Like,
I want all those things so badly.
yes.
Same. I would have
Blizzard
sent them
credit.
an itemized list. Like, I want all the like deadly
Hold
stuff.
it for ransom.
Yeah. I will give you this if you give me your entire wares and
An assured place in your company in the future.
yeah, like I'm like
So-
let me come.
I
Just
want a
to-
life-size sex doll of Widowmaker.
I was gonna say Chris Metzen, but that's fine.
She's definitely taller than you. Into tall girls?
I'm into Widowmaker.
When she's tall?
Does she wear high heels?
He's tall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's still taller than you. She's the tallest.
Oh yeah, she is definitely taller than you.
I
Just
get
something I don't really know. Blizzard credit, that's just real money that you can only spend in in-game
Yeah.
loot.
Yes.
So whatever loot boxes they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy loot boxes, you can buy games, you can buy stuff from the Blizzard loot store. So
what
yeah.
if this guy just doesn't give a shit about any Blizzard games at all and he just got a shitload of it for free?
He could sell it.
Yeah.
Like if he doesn't have a Blizzard launcher account, he could he'll have a link or a code for all that stuff, and then he could just be like, hey,
Or he could just
friend
sell his
that
account.
loves this stuff, yeah, that's illegal. You can't.
It's
It's
illegal to
in
sell
the terms
accounts.
and
Yes.
conditions. Do not sell your account.
I didn't know that.
You'll
You
get
can't
in
sell
trouble.
Steam accounts or anything like that at all.
Can I sell my Gmail?
That's also illegal,
Probably
I'm pretty
not.
sure.
No.
So
You can release the name. I know there's a way to release the name of a Gmail now, but that's it.
What else is up in the news?
can I sell my Instagram?
So
Yeah.
an 11-year-old kid bought a pre-owned version of GTA 5. While he was trying to install it, he decided, hey, I'm going to flip through the instruction manual because apparently
no.
games come with those nowadays.
Still.
While flipping through, a small bag of meth falls out of
Holy
the
shit.
instruction booklet.
Did he do it?
Did that kid make
No.
bank?
So
Did he sell it?
Yeah.
they went to the police and reported it.
Whoa.
This is not the first time that this has happened.
What?
Where a small bag of meth has been in the instruction booklet of a pre-owned game. It actually happened in September. Like recently, in the past
They've
12 months, this has happened before.
discovered-
Yeah, it's
Some-
like a
Just
secret
a
market.
racket?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
this is what people are doing. There's a guy working at EB Games, slides a bit of meth in, and he lets his guy know this is how much you need to buy. Then he charges him in cash. You know, he pays in cash, and he charges him for a full game.
Well, I was thinking this would just be like hiding the meth at the bottom of a cereal packet or something. Like this is the new place that they hide it.
No, I don't know. I don't know whether it's a sneaky business.
Yeah, it's
thing.
definitely a sneaky business thing, but also, was GTA in the case?
Yeah, GTA
Yeah.
was there. It was all just
all
a
good
normal thing, but yeah. Apparently, a lot of people thought that the mother was a troll because of the previous one that happened in September. They're like, "Oh, you just stole this news story and you're doing it," but she's like, they've got the police report and everything.
Yeah,
so
like
it's
it definitely sounds like a thing that would be a thing as well. It's just so great that
It's
it's in a
funny.
copy
That's
of GTA.
just like
Yeah.
great.
I like the thought of it was just like some guy hiding his drugs in GTA because so his mom doesn't find it. And then he
And
forgot
then he
about it. Then he traded it back to EB
and
I
he
Games.
was
think-
so
I think
high
that
when he traded
because-
it in, and he just forgot the drugs were in there.
I think that because it's happened before, we're definitely dealing with a dealer that works at the game store.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think they're in the same location though, but it's
Well, someone's taken the idea.
I mean, how do you think all the GameStops and EB Games are in
How?
business?
Yeah. How are
still?
they still going?
Because of the meth.
that's true.
And the Minecraft merch.
The Minecraft meth.
That's what they
Exactly.
stuff those creepers with.
Yeah.
So the third really weird story.
Ooh.
I love this one.
So a Reddit user, RabbitMax,
Not this one.
he was sitting at his computer, he had just bought Prey, he was sitting there playing it, when suddenly a cloud of dust comes out at the side of his apartment. What the fuck is that? He turns around, through the drywall of his apartment has come a bullet, which has then lodged itself in his Elder Scrolls anthology,
No!
narrowly missing him.
No. Are Bethesda gonna replace it for him?
I don't. That would
Like
be a
good
good
guy.
PR move.
Yeah,
Fucking
goodbye
better.
Bethesda. Do it.
Like, Blizzard just did the thing. They should be like, Bethesda's better. We'll give you two anthologies
hey
and a
Todd.
car.
Hey Todd, I know you're listening. Can you just please send me some
It's
code?
It's hard to tell from the angle, like, if the anthology did actually save his life, but it came really close to him,
All I know
and
is
it got
that-
lodged in the middle of the anthology.
That's
All I know is that
Horrifying.
Elder Scrolls saved my life, so I mean, what are you talking about? Oh, but
That's
yeah,
crazy.
was it just like, why did he get shot through a wall? Do
Yeah.
we know?
He lives in America.
That's yeah.
Leave that in.
This is just something that I found to be very nice. So, in Smite, the online hit game,
Yeah.
there's a
pretty
skin
hit.
for
I just don't know.
Sylvanus, not Sylvanus. Sylvanus, who's one of the
Okay.
characters.
As Blizzard's lore team, I am suing them right now.
All the characters in Smite are based off, just characters ripped from mythology though.
Yeah.
So it probably would have been a character Blizzard stole in the first place.
It's a person that has treats. Basically,
Like Santa.
there's a skin that turns them into Bob Ross, and he rides a big happy
Amazing.
tree, and it's all in like a really nice art style, and he
That's
flicks
great.
paint at them and summons nice happy trees.
I'm gonna
It's
be playing
great.
Smite now, by
Yeah.
the way.
Well, you got to buy the skin, but still.
But I think you can just pay $30-ish
Yeah,
and
it's
get
$30 to get
every
all the
single skin
characters.
forever. So when they add characters, not skins.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
So like whenever they add a new one,
It's one of the few Who defense games with like a good business model.
Yeah, it's a cool free to play situation.
Check out this week's episode. We
Throwback Wednesday. I mean Friday. It's Friday.
So just a really cool story, which I probably should have lumped this with Blizzard, but that's fine.
Blizzard.
So, you two haven't really played WoW that much, that being Micah and Rowan. Do you guys know about the running of the gnomes?
Nope.
So basically, every year it's a charity event that's run, and it's in support of breast cancer. And basically, what they do is they
One guy started it. I think it was a guy because of them, whoever it was, because of their mother. And you know, it's like a real thing in real life. And they're like, gnomes are the only character. They were at the time the only character that could have bright pink hair. So that's why they made it gnomes.
That's cool.
My main character when I was a gnome. I can run gnomes.
Yeah, but you can just make a level 1 into.
Yeah, the encouraging thing is to like they encourage you
And
to make
then-
a level 1 character.
And then, like, you know, it's a little event, and then people were donating. They're like, so like a real fun run. They were getting sponsors,
I really like that.
and it was like crashing the server.
last year they raised $5,000.
Like, that's pretty
that's
pretty
awesome.
great from
It's-
just like a little like thing that one guy started.
And one even more encouraging thing is that so this year Blizzard has actually they're actually endorsing this, and they've actually set up an event in game. So there's actually like gold
Yeah.
posts, there's NPC crowds,
There's
there's
little
even a
like
little quest.
decorations, and I assume you'll get a little achievement for it.
Yeah, you do. You get an achievement.
When has that already happened?
No, it hasn't happened yet.
Do we have a date? Because I'm good.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Shit.
Oh wait,
Should've
that
looked
requires
up the
buying
date.
WoW subscription again.
My brother pays for the subscription because he still plays.
This kind of reminds me of the thing RuneScape 3 is doing at the moment for Mental Health Awareness Month, one of those two.
It's a month.
Yeah, I thought it was month, but I didn't want to be in trouble.
We each week we go over the 3 mental health issues:
Ah,
anxiety, depression, anxiety and depression, and anxiety. I'm making a meme because that's all movies talk about. Just continue.
so what Jagex is doing is pretty much it's a event where same way the kind of fair worked. How it's just there's tokens and you can use the tokens to
yeah.
earn.
That's a pretty stock standard MMO sort of event.
Pretty much you spend the tokens to
Way it
earn
works.
ticket sort of things. I forgot what
Yeah.
the currency is called. To like level up skills, and pretty much then you put the currency you earn from this into one of 3 boxes, and each box is for one charity. Then depending on
Oh, like it grilled.
kind of like grilled, yeah. That's a thing our American listeners will understand.
Maybe.
One American listener.
One American listener. It's pretty much then Jagex gives the amount of like currency was put in altogether into the 3 boxes, a real money amount to each of the 3 charities.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much like a way of like you people to not spend real money to like kind of
It's
Give
like,
to charity.
hey, this is the charity we care about. You know, this is the one that we want the most.
yeah, like the more people playing during that event, the more money the charities
It
will
also
earn.
does encourage. It's a little shady because it does actually encourage people to spend money on RuneScape.
But then it goes.
No, it's an event, which means you don't have to be a member or anything.
No, I know that, but like,
It's I don't know. It doesn't seem that bad because it's kind of like the same way that the Humble Bundle encourages
Yeah,
money
yeah.
on them, but also charities. It's kind of like
it's
still charities.
I like
better
the way
than
Hum-
nothing.
The way Humble Bundle
I
is
just
that you
had
can
a-
give
I had a
literally all the
full-
money to charities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from, like that kind of.
Yeah, I
easy-
almost exclusively give all the money to charities unless it's an indie, and then I'll split.
I still give. To
I always give Humble a cut because I want them to continue.
I give
feel like
Humble a
they're not
cut
people.
when I'm just donating to a charity, but when it's indie, I'm like,
For anybody wanting to take part in the running of the gnomes, it's on the 24th of October, so it's not for a little
oh
while.
yeah, we've got time. I'll remind you at a closer date because I will be playing it. You can join me. I'll make a Nuggcast guild.
You can stream. I feel
I'll
like
stream it.
because that would be original. I feel like no one will be streaming on that day.
Yeah, no.
It's fine. I'm gonna start streaming on the holidays anyway.
Yeah.
So, we spoke last week about Steam, how they want to be more transparent with a lot of things, and one of those things being why games are being recommended to you.
Yeah.
They're actually starting to roll out that system. So basically, it comes up when you're looking at a game, it comes up with reasons you might like this game. It's then got there, it gives you like, based on the reviews for the game, based
I
on the
think
curators
that I have it.
that
I
you
think that
follow.
I have. Is it rolling out? Because I think that I have it.
Yeah.
It might just be out.
Yeah, no, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's just coming. It's kind of like this is how many of your friends like this game, and
Yeah.
this curator that you
What
follow.
I experienced, well, I was like, it was like, oh, your friends have this on a wish list, and I was like, noted. Also, I added it to my wish list.
I feel like it's been like that for a while because
It used to just tell you one thing sometimes. Now it tells you literally every reason it shows up.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was like, your
okay,
friends have
yeah,
this on a wish list. A lot of your friends, that is. And then I had also, this has been curated by the Nug Box.
Yeah,
It was
well, I
Thomas
definitely got
alone.
I got the curator ones a lot, and the friend wishlist one.
Yeah.
But,
And it also
But
has, like,
also-
based on games.
Yeah,
you
also it's like
own
you've
and
spent a
stuff.
lot
I've
of
also got
time.
Nug Box,
There was another one where it was, I don't know what this game was, but it was like, you spent a lot of time playing RPGs. You're gonna like this. And like simulators and like casual was another thing.
Yeah, it's compared to like Steam taking the first
Yeah.
step into implementing the things they said they would do, which is nice.
Yeah,
I like
like,
it. This is like there's no reason this is a bad thing.
Like before, when your YouTube recommendations weren't just decided by what YouTube wants to push. When it was good. For the 3 hours, it was good.
So this is kind of a news story. So basically, ZeniMax, there's been a Kickstarter for Pray for the Gods. Essentially,
We're
it has
gonna
the word-
need some...
Yeah. So Pray for the Gods, it doesn't really matter what the Kickstarter is. It's a very different game from Prey, which is the main point of this story.
Yeah.
So ZeniMax, who who made Prey.
P-R-E-Y?
So Prey, Pray for the Gods. So it's
It's
a pun.
Prey.
Yeah, it's a clever pun. So basically, ZeniMax has requested the Kickstarter to change the name
No, get
for
lost.
Pray for the
Are you
Gods.
serious?
So this is the thing that I wanted to talk about because, like, a lot of people are very angry about this.
yes.
But there's also
Immediately
like
I am angry.
the thing is, as much as I don't like to support big corporations, they actually kind of had to do this.
It's not really their choice because they will lose the trademark if they do all they can to protect it.
That's exactly
But
right.
this is not Prey, the game. This is Pray for the Gods.
Yeah, but praise also a fucking word.
Like, you don't own a word.
No, I'm saying it's the sort of thing where it's like King took it to a different level by trying to like get rid of all the use of candy in games.
I think that this is very much the same because they're not calling their game Prey, they're calling their games Pray for the Gods, which is a pun. And that's not, like, that's exactly like the use of candy in a game, the use of the word Prey.
The problem is with what King tried to do is they tried to retroactively go and say nobody can use this word in the games, whereas somebody is creating a new project and they're going, look, you need to change the name because we need to defend our copyright.
But they don't because it doesn't affect their copyright at all. It is a completely different name.
The problem is that's the law.
No, it's not.
It is. Like,
Yes.
it's, I've been reading up about it, that is the law.
Isn't Prey
Like, they need to defend it to their absolute maximum.
But they have,
Isn't
like,
the new Prey based on an old game anyway?
Yes.
The
But
thing
they
is-
have the
the
copyright
thing
stuff.
is,
Like, they have the...
you
They have
can't,
the prey for copyrights.
you
yeah.
cannot copyright the use of a word. It's like, that's ridiculous. They
Yeah, I
are
kinda
so in the wrong.
You can
This-
copyright the use of word in
You
certain
can,
contexts.
but you are so. But this is not the correct context.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's stupid.
This is so horrible, and this is just literally a case of a big company bullying
Oh
somebody
no, I
else.
agree that it's stupid, but I still think they didn't have a choice because they
very much
could have
have a
lost the
choice.
copyright, though they could have lost
They
the trademark.
can't. There
No,
is
They
no.
very
They
much
can.
can.
That's
Nobody would argue. Okay, do you think that the word pray is the same as the sentence pray for the gods?
No, I don't think it is. But the copyright, the
Yeah.
trademark,
the law does.
the law
No,
does.
it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I really wish you would let me know about this one so I could have fully researched it and come.
I think we can all agree on the fact
Literally,
that
all
it's
they
stupid.
did was add an A to the word "pray for the gods,"
Yeah, they did. That's how
Yeah,
they
but
changed
that's
which is not that big a deal.
it's ruining their pun.
it. It is ruining. The biggest shame is
in
that it ruined
defense
the
of
pun.
puns.
Oh no, they
Like-
still
Well,
no. They added an A. It's Praey, so it's
That looks dumb now. They look illiterate now.
Wait, did they do AE as in like the
Not the
whoosh
combined,
one?
no.
That would have been a little better.
Yeah, it's like.
Dude, they should have just like had an accent over the E, just like pray. Yeah. Where's the what is pray for the gods anything like pray?
Not even slightly.
That I think that's more so where I'm coming from as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Just 'cause,
but-
like,
well,
if it
from-
was similar, then
From the article that I read, a video game's a video game. It doesn't matter how different the two are. The
That's
fact
true.
that there's two video games that have Prey in the title
Actually,
is enough to
I
make
literally
it.
just read that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't.
basically the laws in this area are very outdated and very bad.
What about war?
Like
What about the word war?
that's used a
Uh,
lot.
I don't know.
What about World of Tanks, World of Warcraft?
No, but those are more common words that have been used in many
Prey.
games before already. Prey has not been used in many games at all except for Prey.
Prey is still the same level of word as the word world.
Has Doom been trademarked? Because Doom is a very common word. and
Doom
everyone
is
thinks it's
trademarked.
Doom. Yeah.
So
Which is also owned by Bethesda, so if a game had Doom in the title, they will go after them.
Yeah, but there are
Cinemax.
lots of games with Doom and.
we're going to get a little bit too much into copyright law here, but basically, there's a certain time period in which a word becomes commonplace. For example, Coca-Cola didn't trademark the word cola, and so anybody can use that because by the time they thought, hey,
I
we should
promise you,
copyright it.
the word prey
It's-
has been around long enough.
No, but in the context of video games,
Can we move
it
on?
hasn't.
This is just moving
Yes,
on way
this
too
has
long.
been draining way too long.
It's just
It
us
doesn't
getting-
need to.
We can all
I
just
just
agree
need
that
to
it's
just
stupid.
on it. Yeah, this is stupid.
I'm getting mad. I still think it would have been
Oh,
the
that
law,
was a
is
Googie
the
in the
actual
mouth.
law that we should get mad at.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it is a
I
stupid
agree.
law, but I think that they should have done the most to not shit on it.
I still
and
think we have no evidence that they didn't.
because it's not been released, because it is public, like it
Wouldn't
is.
it have cost them money to have to go to a judge and get a judge's time?
No, that's what we're saying.
And
like,
they
just
should
take the
do
easy
that.
way out. Just be
It-
like, I'll see.
It is their responsibility to do that, in my opinion, to as a previously very small company, that it happened to them with Scrolls.
No,
I
they
think-
did it with
No,
Scrolls.
they did it with Scrolls. They were the one that did it.
ZeniMax
against
owns
Mojang.
Bethesda.
Did they get away with the scrolls thing?
They own this trademark for Scrolls, but they
ZeniMax
but,
is just a bully.
Mojang didn't have to change the name for Scrolls.
Wait, Mojang.
Mojang made Scrolls. Minecraft Mojang.
No, yeah, I know Minecraft Mojang. I didn't know there was a name called Scroll. I don't know anything about the full Scrolls thing. I just think the trademark the word Scrolls. is
The
stupid.
problem is
No, they
if the
weren't
two
trademarking the name
games.
Scrolls. They
I'm
just that one game had a change.
personally just against trademarking real words.
Yeah, same.
The problem is if the two games want to coexist, both of them need to go into court together in order to maintain the copyright for one person and not keep it for the
Well,
other.
And
no,
ZeniMax
please
can win
listen.
if they go to court.
Please listen. I'm telling you that they don't need to do that. Please listen. If ZeniMax had just gone to an arraignment with the judge before they even approached Prey, then if the judge said yes, you will in fact lose your copyright, then they would have to.
Well,
But-
because that's the exact thing that happened with Scrolls.
Yes, but then that's the escalation. Then they said yes, you're going to have to. And so then they went. Or they just went at them for no reason.
I don't know the laws behind it. I just think it's stupid. Like, just come up
It's
with
just
words.
stupid. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Actually, just quickly, is Alien trademarked? Like, from all the movies and games and stuff.
Yeah, you can't name a game like Alien something.
That's...
Well, I'm assuming. Like, it
Oh,
Oh,
would be.
you can name a game like Alien Arse or something.
Well, yeah, but like I don't think you can do Alien specifically.
You can't do
Like-
Alien semicolon.
You won't be able to do Alien with a colon.
So Alien colon is trademarked. That makes more sense.
Well,
I
anything
think
making
that
it look like
it's-
belongs to the series would be trademarked.
Yeah, it's kind of a contextual thing. It's copyright laws.
Which
weird.
Prey should be contextual as well.
I think that also this probably wouldn't be an issue if Prey came out like 5 years ago and then Prey for the Gods was coming out like right now. I don't think they would have cared if it weren't the same.
No.
I think it's just because it's so close to each other and Prey
Well,
just came
Prey
out.
for the Gods is just a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
It might not
Like, the
even
dude
be a
doesn't have
thing.
enough money as it is.
Yeah.
So, Ice Poseidon. So,
That's cool.
there's a streamer that goes by the name of Ice Poseidon.
It's less cool now that I know it's someone's username.
And basically, there's been an ongoing saga with him. He's basically, the appeal of his channel is that he kind of messes with people. Like, he's kind of a dick.
He's kind of a griefer, sort of?
Yeah, he's kind of a griefer, he's kind of a dick, and he's attracted that kind of community around himself. Like, it's just a very toxic community. What happened last week was he got on a plane. Before the plane could take off, there was a bomb threat called to the plane. He got swatted. They called a bomb threat and said, hey, this guy, Ice Poseidon, he has a bomb on this plane.
Was he... Sorry, he was shot in the face with rubber bullets, was he?
In the face?
No.
That's against the law.
No.
What? No, Georgia, he's white.
That's true.
Somebody recently got shot in the face with rubber bullets.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I swear it has to be torso.
Yeah, so...
I am also not a
It
police
has
officer.
to be.
miss.
It has to be torso.
Oh, yeah, like, you're not allowed to shoot... Yeah, like, the law is you're meant to tase someone in the leg, but people still get tased in the fucking neck all the time and
Yeah.
get paralyzed. That's
So-
really funny.
So basically what happened from there was that he, going back to Twitch, he came back to find that he was actually banned from Twitch.
Why?
So he
What?
was banned because he brings too much controversy to the platform.
Yeah, I actually read up about this topic.
That's wrong.
He actually should have. The way him getting banned has been a long time coming.
Okay.
He actively encourages people to mess with him in ways that are pretty much against Twitch.
Mess with him.
Yes, and he also messes with other people in the way, like, he's been swatted before. He kind
So
of like
he encourages people to swat him?
like in the way he acts, sort of like
would
he
more so imply it.
yeah. He's kind of like a Twitch IRL streamer, which is the newest section of Twitch. We pretty much he just
Yeah.
kind of streams him going out in the world,
Like Streaming Chan from Valhalla.
and he's done things like stream a guy jump off a building attempting to commit suicide and
Holy
stuff like
shit.
that.
This
What?
That's 100% against every terms of service that isn't
Make
like
Yeah.
no mistake, no person deserves this, but if you had to elect one person that
No,
this had
that's
to happen
not fair to say. Nobody
No.
deserves it.
No, I agree, nobody does.
I think
But
that this
He
is
actively
just...
wanted to though.
No, but nobody deserves to put their life... His life was in extreme danger, and maybe he is a suicidal person. And I think it actually, now hearing the full story, thank you, Rowan. I think that this is a good thing that he's been banned from Twitch.
I mean, he sounded like he was
he's just
starting shit.
really like toxifying
See,
the
the thing is,
community.
Yes,
It,
100%.
however, he's just moved on to YouTube and apparently
he
talked to
has.
YouTube higher ups on ways to continue what he's doing, and now he just streams on YouTube instead.
Well, that's
doing the exact
in
same
his
thing.
right, and I think that he shouldn't be doing that. And I'm disappointed in YouTube as usual for supporting that sort of thing. But you know, it's his right. I can't complain about that. But I am happy that he moved off Twitch because Twitch is already quite a toxic place, and they're trying to make it better. You know?
I can't go a day in the Twitch chat without seeing people spam free Ice Poseidon. It's happening everywhere, and it's ridiculous. But it's like it just goes to show like his community, like they're just very. He
the thing
harbors a very young and toxic community. So our last news story for the day. So the Xbox Design Lab. So Xbox announced that there would be a design lab where you get to design your own Xbox controllers, and they'll ship them out to you and everything.
Just make a Nintendo
Yes,
64 controller.
That's been a thing for a very long time.
Yeah,
like
it
just
has.
not from Microsoft.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
you mean like aesthetically?
Yeah.
I was
It's
just
like
trying to make a Nintendo 64
it's basically just
controller.
a skin or like
All
you
of
can.
mine have broke.
So basically, it allows you to have like different colored plastic and stuff, and you can
Yeah.
just kind of put your designs on it. So
I'm cool with that.
yeah. So
I
this
think-
was the thing that's.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So an actual story.
Yeah, that's an actual story. So basically, from that, like it's a cool little thing which they announced a while ago. But a new thing that they've announced is that you'll actually, from your designs, you'll actually be able to like share your designs with other people.
Yep, that's cool. There's I can see a couple problems there.
Well, the popular
Very much
design...
the copyright law topic.
Well, yeah, that's true, a copyright thing. But basically what they're doing is maybe even more on the copyright side. If your controller design is doing really well, Microsoft will actually add it to their store, and you will...
Do you get a cut?
Yes, you do get a cut.
How big of a cut?
They haven't announced, but it will only be in Microsoft credit. It won't
Ew.
actually be your money.
Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go design some controllers, but no thanks. No
What the fuck
thanks.
can you buy with Microsoft credit? Isn't that
Like you can buy games.
You
and
buy
stuff,
bin
but
crates.
Yeah. Like, I can only remember using Microsoft credit to edit my fucking avatar.
I mean, like, okay,
And change your name.
hey, Microsoft, please pay your artists. You're just as bad as those
No,
clothing
he's
companies.
paying them an exposure.
That's what they're doing. But I doubt their name's even attached to it.
Oh,
The thing is, they're just as bad as those clothing companies that run competitions to like see your shirt designed, and then you get like $500, and then they print millions and millions of these T-shirts, and they make millions off the $20 T-shirts that are literally just a piece of see-through clothing with a graphic print on it.
So do you get real money
No,
before you get added to the store, or is it also Microsoft credits?
No. So
you don't get any money.
Yeah,
okay.
so you don't get any money
Oh, so you just
unless
share it, you don't
like
sell it.
Microsoft kind of partners with you, and I suppose that is kind of the thing with like a copyright problem. Like Microsoft
Right.
doesn't want their name attached to something that's going to be a copyright issue.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they would
that
need
makes
to do their own version.
That
of
makes
it.
complete sense,
It's
actually.
interesting to me. Is there an approval process? Like, will they print copyrighted material?
That's
As long as
yeah.
it's not monetized, will they still print it? Because that's I could see that being a problem.
I know, but like credits direct a link to.
Oh no, but I mean is like will like if it's just you designed it. If I just slapped just a
Overwatch
an
logo.
Overwatch an Overwatch logo on the controller,
I don't think you
could
can...
they print that legally?
I think
Oh,
you can
yeah.
print it legally. I think you can do anything with a copyrighted logo, depending, as long as you don't make money off it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Like, you can demonetize
But the
YouTube
thing is
videos
that they
and have a full
are
song in it.
they are making money off it because you are paying for them to print the
Yeah,
controller.
exactly, so I don't think it'll
So
be
I think that's super illegal because, you know,
Yeah, they won't.
especially
they'll-
since Blizzard already has a lot of deals with Razer.
They'll definitely vet each,
Yeah.
probably every design. Which
Seems
will
like
be
a
hard
lot
to
of
do.
work.
Yes, in which I think this is probably just going to be a beta thing. They aren't going to actually print. It probably has to reach a certain amount of people like sharing it and stuff to get.
Because,
it
like,
printed or
I'm all
something.
for customization of your things. Like, do it.
Yeah.
But this is just seems so problematic.
There's a lot of problems with it, and it's very vague in its wording, and probably purposely so.
And, like,
but they probably have systems in place.
Just be careful because, like, it'll be like Instagram. That's why I never upload a full image of any artwork to Instagram, because Instagram, and same with DeviantArt, they own and can profit off your artwork then. That's why I will, like...
That's
Not good.
Yeah. Anyway, just be careful because read the terms and conditions if you're an artist or anybody who a photographer, something like that.
pretty much
because
try as
they-
hard as you can
yeah.
to not get ripped off, which is kind of difficult.
They
in
can
this
steal
world.
your shit. I don't even know about Facebook, to be honest. I don't think they do.
Facebook has like it was a huge thing a couple of years ago that Facebook legally owns every single thing that you put on the website.
Yeah.
Which is fucked because there's a lot of baby penises.
Yep. Facebook is just a child porn market.
You can request a CD that has all of your information on it, though.
You can?
But that doesn't do anything.
I know,
Yeah.
it's just a funny thing.
Yeah, it's just like I need to know what Facebook owns of me or everything.
Everything.
All right, cool.
I know I said that was the last story. I do have one more story, but it's more of just a headline. Finally, on Switch, it has the basic functionality of being able to save your credit card details. It's about fucking time.
Yes.
Like, what?
Nintendo, just please.
I mean, to be fair, they really didn't have enough games for you to save your credit card information anyway.
Hey. Like, honestly, it's just a problem for them. Like,
Yes.
people aren't gonna buy your stuff if they have to, like, oh, I'm gonna buy this NES title that's like, what, $2 on the store.
Let me grab my
Is it-
credit card.
Yeah, is it worth it for me to, like,
Is
it
it worth me
the
getting up
time?
off the couch?
Yeah.
But to be fair, like, the Virtual Console wouldn't have been out yet, so they guess they
Yeah.
released it. But, like, they should have had this from the start.
It's dumb.
Nintendo, you were not a student leaving assessment to the last minute.
No.
At myself.
At all of us.
Yeah.
Not me. I just left studying till the last minute.
And that's all the news for this week.
Wow.
That's the way the news
Let's
goes.
touch on Cloud Pirates for just the minimal amount.
So this week for Game 4, as we discussed, we were going to play the free-to-play game Cloud Pirates. Just as an overall general negative opinions.
Yeah, it was.
It's not completely negative. Like, there's good aspects, but it was just, for me personally, not a fun game, and I will not play it again.
I enjoyed a marginal amount of time with it, but it's very bare bones.
Exactly.
There's not much going on with it. As far as I can tell, there's a game mode.
I enjoyed it. There was a few game modes you could choose from a list. I haven't tried all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been pretty busy this week. It is our assessment crunch time for 3 of us. Like,
And I don't have an excuse.
I was too busy writing an essay about how much Konami sucks to
Konami.
play games.
Yeah, we're busy actually making our own game right now, and I just could not justify me sitting there playing something that I was not
weren't
having
enjoying?
fun
That makes sense.
with. So I was like, I'm just gonna not do that. Like, I'm too busy to not be having fun. I tried my hardest to enjoy it, but I just couldn't.
How'd you feel about the art though? Because I thought
I
it
think
was
the
a
art
very
was
beautiful
good.
game.
It was
Maybe
The
not
art
beautiful.
was-
I liked it.
That
it
was
was
the best
a
part.
good game. They had a good art team. I'm unsure. I didn't do any research about the company. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Is it?
Should I do the thing? Because where I say
Is it worth
Yeah.
it though?
yes, we have to do it for every game.
You have to. Do
We
it.
have not
Like,
been doing it for every
yeah.
game.
We have done it for every game.
No. Okay.
Probably.
We have not.
We should
Yeah.
especially do it for indie games because
Yeah.
it plugs the company.
Yeah,
that
we
makes
should do
and
it.
Stuff.
But we didn't like it, so it's
I liked it.
Time.
Well, yeah. It's like, it's this game in beta.
No.
Was it an early access game?
No.
No.
Because it felt like an early
It's
access
just
game.
a free-to-play
Yeah,
game on
it's,
Steam.
that's because it's free. It's
There was no polish. And, I'm of the opinion that if you're going to make a free-to-play game, you better make it just as good.
I actually so felt like it was quite polished.
Yeah.
I
It
thought
played very smoothly. There was no lag at all for anything for me.
I felt like the art was polished.
the polish, I don't mean in the, the optimization. I mean in, I felt like this game was not finished and we needed more things.
Oh, so you just need
Yeah.
more content.
Yeah.
Just the controls.
I agree.
sucked.
Yeah.
I hated moving, which is
the
the entire game.
Clunk.
Clunk as shit.
Clunk. Yeah.
And it looked like it was purposefully clunk as well.
Yeah, that's
Which
the
is
thing.
not fun.
No, it's like
The-
fucking Resident Evil 1.
The problem is they try to make it control like a boat, which is it's very thematic, but
It is
it's
a boat.
also a pain in the ass because you're not controlling like a boat. You have like a full range of motion, and there's things all over the place.
Yeah.
Moving like a boat just makes it clunky.
I
there
actually
are-
really enjoyed the controls. I think I just got used to them really quickly because I remember doing really well when I was
did.
playing.
I fucking destroyed. I was at the top of the leaderboards both
It's
games
pretty
I played.
common for me to not get controls very fast unless
Me
it's
too.
an MMO
Well,
sort of type.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's
So,
very.
yeah.
I'm very quick to not like controls in anything at all. Like if a game has controls that I don't like specifically for me, I'm like, ew.
Yeah,
But,
same.
Like yeah, it just did you guys play? Because the controls kind of get easier if you play a ship that has high speed and maneuverability.
I
think.
don't think I did.
Did you play the little tiny baby boy? It's like it defaults to the baby boy when you open
Oh,
the
then
game.
yes.
Okay, yeah. Did you look around the UI and all the upgrades and stuff? at all?
I clicked around.
Yeah, so you didn't really go into because a lot of the
No.
ships. I really, really like the design and the theme of the game. A lot of the ships looked really cool, and it looked like they were kind of
Yeah.
two different factions.
Oh, yeah.
I
which
think
seemed
that
cool.
the art team did a really great job.
Oh yeah, I think the art team are the ones that kind of made the game though.
Yeah, I think that maybe they should have hired some people that were or designated some more time to game design. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
For those of you who do not know, Cloud Pirates is a action multiplayer game where you play pirates in the sky.
Where you play as a cleric.
Where you play as a cleric. You don't play as... Actually, well, they're healers. And yeah, it's made by Elod's team.
Who?
Elod's team, I think.
Little indie.
And it came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like
We're doing a recent game for the first time ever. They
I
are the
just-
makers of Skyforge.
oh.
As in from Guild Wars.
Of a game called Skyforge.
I think that it's not a bad game. It's just not for me. And maybe if it was a little, I went into it expecting more of a group experience.
Yeah.
And that just, it didn't feel like that for me.
The most group experience I got was stealing people's kills, which I did a lot. It felt good. Yeah.
I imagine if you were playing with if you're playing with a team of people and you had over voice and everything, and you just were flying around and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this. You'd need to have a bit of a better understanding of the game. But I feel like you could have a really fun time with it.
But I think that I don't think that a game should assume that everybody's going to have friends to play with them.
yeah.
So I think they should
Agreed.
have made a lot more effort to make it easier to match with strangers and then actually communicate with them.
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't much room for strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working together didn't seem to
Like,
benefit
I was
anything.
just confused, oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
The only tactic I saw that worked was what I refer to as the Winston tactic, where you just fucking choose someone and you hunt them down, and they're dead.
To me, this game really felt like a mixture of the tank and plane segments in War Thunder, which is probably why I actually enjoyed the game a lot, because it's kind of like, I suck at the planes of War Thunder.
Are they not the only segments in War Thunder?
No, yeah, but a combination of the two segments.
Oh, okay, got it.
So, the best of both, or?
Kind of, yeah.
Like
Well,
Miles
because I prefer because I really enjoyed the tanks in War Thunder, but I like the freedom of the planes.
Yeah.
And
Tanks
this
to
kind of just combine them two, because it kind of has the tank more cartoony though, less serious take on that.
I think that's the thing I didn't like about it. It was just tanks in the sky. That didn't feel fun to me.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been my jam, but it wasn't.
I did I really liked one control I did really like is you chose whether or not you shot out of the left side of the cannons, the right side of the cannons, or the forward cannons. And I thought I kind of really enjoyed that. Just I go up to a guy and then I have to turn as if I'm in an actual pirate ship and shoot the side cannons.
I liked that in theory, but that's just too much for me.
Weapons
the idea of
overheat
it,
really quickly, so you kind of have to shoot them from one side, then turn and shoot them from front, then turn more, shoot them from the left
did
side.
you guys ever right click?
No.
That goes,
I don't think so.
That goes first person.
Yeah,
which made shooting so much easier.
I
It was
know-
just kind of you would shoot a guy and then you'd turn and then you'd turn and you just keep on unloading all you have on him.
Well, I did not do that.
Yeah.
I didn't. I liked kind of having more of a view, but
I like that for moving.
all my all the ships I used were really had really spready weapons, so zooming in more wouldn't have helped me that much.
So you're using shotguns.
And I couldn't, because when you open pretty much shotguns in the air.
I had just a million game ideas come to my mind. Move on.
The game starts off when you launch the game by showing you kind of a demo of each class, which I really liked. But I couldn't find the one that looked like a sniper. There was one that shot you from the distance in one big red arc. I couldn't. You don't start with that
Maybe
ship.
you had to pay
There are very few paid ships from what I could find.
Okay, good, because I actually didn't bother checking.
As far as I can tell, they just tried to make it pirate ships in the cloud, so there probably wasn't a sniper because there weren't really snipers in the pirates.
No, but they advertised one in the start bit.
They did?
Yeah. When you launch the game, there's kind of a cutscene almost that shows off different ship types.
I promise every single one of you that I skipped that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I skipped. I accidentally skipped it.
I skipped it on purpose.
Well, I accidentally skipped towards the
I
end.
skipped it on purpose too because it was loud and it was interfering with the song I was listening to.
Yeah, how was the music of the game? Whatever
Didn't have
feel.
headphones on. Couldn't be fucked.
The music was alright.
I really enjoyed the music.
It's very
I thought it was
thematic.
fine.
Holy
One
shit, no, I
of
did have headphones on. It reminds me of Dragon Vale. Sorry, go on.
one of the big problems that I had with it, I think, is because thematically it is quite close to Flint Hook, which is a game that I really enjoy. And I'm like, oh, Flint Hook
I can
did
just play Flint Hook
everything better.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I know one thing I liked was the music was quite calm for a lot of the game. And I really like it when music almost contrasts what you're doing while complementing it.
I like that when it uses it well, but I don't think it did it well.
Because
You think Doom would have been better if it was all piano music?
no, the Doom it doesn't always work.
Always.
Actually,
you
Doom-
just said always. You didn't. I'll make fun.
Doom with
If-
piano
if-
music would have been funny for a level.
If it did choice silences, Doom would be when you get real low health, it just goes quiet.
I think that would have been cool, but instead when you
Yeah.
get real low health, you just don't see as well. Like in all
Yeah.
first-person shooters.
Because blood gets in your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. The
Just
Doom guy
like-
isn't even wearing a helmet.
My real favorite thing of the low health sort of situations where it's like that is when like the contrast goes up a little and it like slowly gets desaturated, and I'm like, it's like you're like actually just leaving, and then it goes silent. That's just.
I think the best way to show you have low health in the game is just
bar.
by making a loud beeping noise that doesn't end.
Look, I
Only a
love
terrible
Zelda.
game would do something like that.
I love Zelda, but please, Nintendo, don't.
The Zelda one didn't bother me nearly as much as when it did it in Pokemon. The Pokemon
Ugh,
was much more obnoxious.
But no, the Zelda one's so nice. I'm always on low health because I just fall everywhere.
Yeah, no, the Breath of the Wild, the Breath of the Wild fixed that.
Yeah, oh, good.
Yeah,
Because
it's just kind of like
I'm yet to buy a Switch.
you can get it on the Wii.
Speaking
I
of Zelda
have
games,
that
You can buy
Wind
my
Waker
Wii.
has ships.
I'll sell you my Wii.
Do you know what else has ships? Cloud Pirates.
Fuck you talking about?
Did anyone like have any look into the progression system in the game?
I did.
I
It looked cool.
It once again reminded me of War Thunder a lot, which in one way could be a good thing, another way could be a bad thing.
Well, like I said, I probably took a lot of inspiration from War Thunder if you keep on making these parallels.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a big parallel I've seen online. Like, a lot of people were comparing it to War Thunder.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
you're not.
That
you're
means I'm not a
alone.
dummy dumb.
Yeah.
But so the way War Thunder's progression is there are different classes of tanks, and you can upgrade your tanks to certain things, and pretty much you only fight tanks that a team, because you can have like 4 or 5, well, as many as you want, up to 6 tanks in your party, sort of. So then when you die, you use the next tank and the next one, and then you're like pretty much the rank of your tanks is the average of all of them. So when you go online, it will only make you fight teams of people whose average are as good as you, which in one hand is like, oh, okay, I'm getting better, then slowly finding better things, but on the other hand, it's just like, or I can just keep using shitty tanks that are easier to upgrade, easier to use, and then just never go to the next level, because then when you progress, and then the people you're fighting are also progressing at the same state, it's kind of like, it almost feels like you're not progressing, though.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, the only reason you upgrade your stuff is to fight other things that are also upgraded. But to be fair, it's like, but with War Thunder, what made it good is you're kind of advancing through the stages of tanks. You're going through further in history, getting more powerful things. But so like I feel like I didn't play enough of Cloud Pirates to know if it fell into the same boat of, oh, this is gonna be take so long to upgrade this tank or to even get this tank. I don't even want to bother with it. But I enjoyed the little upgrades you get with just the ones you had, and I feel like if I'm gonna play more of it and then see if the ships can be compelling enough for me to be like, I want a bigger, better ship.
Did you look at some of the later ships? They look rad.
Yeah. The thing with the free-to-play model is, what I found is I wasn't progressing much from each match. It seems very grindy.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's gonna
that's
take
the,
a long
The thing
time.
for me is the progression looked really cool, and I really wanted some of the later ships, but I just didn't feel it to try and get more. And I was just kind of a little overwhelmed because did you look at the actual tree, or did you just like skip through the thing?
I was honestly overwhelmed just looking at the main menu. Like,
Yeah.
just
There's
going
so
in,
many
and
things.
there's
There's a lot of
it throws a lot at
There's
you
a
at
lot
the
of
same time.
things.
I was like, I'm just gonna hit the tutorial button and then just see how it goes from there.
There are a lot of things, and the only things that really matter are you choose your ship and you play the game.
The tutorial was so bad as well. It taught you how to play the game, but
I just came out confused.
I got it from the tutorial. Pretty simple.
It taught you how to control your ship and catch a control point, nothing else. But it should have had a tutorial system for the menu and like the upgrade system and things that are actually confusing.
Another thing that I can say is extra DRM.
Yeah,
It
why
doesn't-
do you need third-party DRM if you're already on Steam?
It's like, I know that they want to feel like they're like, oh, all these other things have it, and so it's cool to have it, but it just gets in the way. There was no reason to have it besides giving you little updates about the game, I
But
guess.
then just
but
update
it's
the game
still-
through Steam. They used a DRM called MyCom, I think, My Communications.
I don't remember making anything.
You didn't have to make a new account; it linked to
Yeah.
your Steam account, but there was like a second launch you had to go through.
I don't remember seeing any launches at all or
No,
anything
I
like that.
had to.
You do?
Yeah.
I also played it longer ago than you guys did.
Yeah. That's true.
But specifically, I really enjoyed the combat of the game, but I feel like the
Game
distance
is just combat.
Well,
That's the thing.
Well, there's strategy. Like, I feel like if you play enough, you could find strategy. But like, yeah, it's mostly just a shoot other ships game.
There are strategies, but the best strategy is just go up to a guy and shoot him until you're done.
I can see myself getting bored of it really quickly though.
Yeah.
But I didn't play long enough to get bored of it.
So, Micah, if you were to give this game a Nug-themed rating, what would you give it?
Some chicken. Just some chicken.
Just
I
a
don't know,
couple?
like, I'm trying to find a way to incorporate like chicken wings and drumsticks so I can like make a joke about how this game was very bare bones, and I'm not getting there. But it felt like I don't know. Like I briefly said before, it just felt like it was combat to me. I just went in, killed a guy, was at the top of the leaderboards, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm at the top of the leaderboards. That's probably not a good sign, because this is the first game I've ever played in this, like, entire anything. And it's just like... I also feel like I don't really put as much effort into wanting to play it. Like, I think a lot of the reason I didn't like it is probably my fault, because, like I said, I, like, barely paid attention to the music, and I didn't go a lot into, like, seeing the things that I enjoyed about it. So, for me, it was probably going to be like a 1.5. Like, I didn't put effort into it, and that's my fault, but...
But you weren't driven to put effort into it? So is that your fault?
It says a lot. Like I said, when it comes to Pony Island, I didn't get, like, I gave up on, like, a fucking butterfly.
So you gave up close to the end, though.
Yeah, I gave up on it because I didn't feel motivation to do it anymore. And
but that's not as much your fault, that's just the game not...
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, like...
That's a flaw with the game.
You need to want to put a lot of time into it.
The game needs to make you want it.
Like, yeah, I saw in the little chat, some dude was like, I can't stop playing this game. People definitely enjoy it. I'm just not seeing it. Also, that person may have been quite young and just liked pirates too much. That being said, pirates are awesome. I give it, like, one of the full nugget I give to this is just because of the theme.
Yeah.
I love the sky, love pirates. What about you, next person?
I'm next person. I enjoyed the game. It was, like, the combat was enjoyable, I enjoyed the controls, and I kind of liked the little powers you had, the different weapons and stuff, but it's just, there was not enough in the game. Maybe it'll be more fun once you get different ships. I'm not sure if I'll play enough to get different ships, so for me it'll probably be like 3.5 nugs. It's good, it's above average to me, but like, I'll just play Guns of Icarus instead. We should play Guns of Icarus.
I've never played it. I got it for free. Like, I got it as a gift, and then I never played it. I think Alex gave it to me and was like, let's play this sometime. And then I was like, cool, I would love to, and then we never did.
Me too, I think, actually. Yeah. But beautiful game, good music, plays well, but I'm not sure if that's enough.
It's not, by the way.
For me, this was a very below average game. Like, it just... Okay, the art, I like the art. I liked the music was fine. I think that it perhaps could have benefited from somebody who studied music theory, and if not, maybe, like, if you did, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, if you did study music theory, just, like, check a little bit, like, just read your books again. It felt forced, and the music just felt forced to me. When I'm not gonna dwell on the music for too long. I liked the art. I didn't like the game. I won't play it again. I think that maybe if they had delayed the release and cooked the game a little more, worked on some different mechanics to keep, more than just the one type of person. And, it's fine to aim your game at one particular type of gamer. That's fine. But for, like, if you wanted a larger audience to enjoy it, maybe you should have cooked some different mechanics and, played some different ways, and maybe if you had just spent a little more time on the game and then made it $5, maybe it would have been a better game. Maybe I would have enjoyed it more.
I would also like to add, I know we're done, but I didn't see, like, it's a free-to-play game, I didn't see it pushing me to spend money at any point.
Which is nice.
Which it normally does in the tutorial.
But, like, a forward business model, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 1 nug.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, I really didn't enjoy it.
I give it 1.5. Why is that shocking?
There's a big difference to me mentally between a 1 and 1.5.
1.5 just means I think I've played it for longer than her. That's kind of the reason I give it the half.
So for me, I actually, like, I'm more close to Rowan in this. Like, the controls were clunky to me, but I did like And I like the shooting. I didn't mind the combat too much. It was a bit too... You didn't feel like you were doing much unless you were getting closer, but it was kind of, you know... It's besides that, it's probably just the kind of ship I was using, really. I didn't get a chance to play around with too much of the other ships, but it didn't feel like I was progressing enough to be interested in it. Like, some of the latest stuff is like, oh, you know, this could be pretty cool, but I was like, do I really want to devote that much time to it? And overall, like, I really love the theme. I love the graphics. It seemed like it would be a fun game, like maybe if you had a couple of friends around you to play with it, but then again, pretty much everything is more fun if you're playing it with friends, so that's not really a good argument to make on its behalf. But yeah, and overall, I'd probably give it 3 good old nugs, space nugs.
Ooh, space nugs.
They got helmets and stuff.
So all up, that is 9 nugs out of 24.
That is definitely our lowest.
The lowest game the Nuggcast has ever played. Yeah.
But please, any game developers that want to put a little more passion into their games, make more games set in the sky. That's
And,
fucking
like,
fantasy in the sky.
It's
is
free
my
to
favorite.
play, so if anything...
Yeah, it's free to play. Go try. Like, you might like it. Some of us didn't like it, but you know, make your own decisions.
None of us was traumatized or lost anything except time.
We make your decisions for you. You're not allowed to like this. Go download it and say that you don't like it on your
Dogs
podcast.
them.
But I'll definitely keep playing a bit more to form a more full opinion of it.
Yeah, I might even have another go at it.
I'm gonna go home and delete it.
Yeah,
But speaking...
I mean, I'm not, because I played it on Ryan's computer.
Yeah, don't delete it from my computer.
So what games you guys been playing this week?
I've really just been playing Guild Wars. I've started my legendary sort of line. I'm getting the Bifrost stuff, which is a cool rainbow stuff. But yeah, I've just been playing a lot of World v World to get the one segment of it. Other than that, not much. Just literally been so busy with assignments and stuff.
So just Guild Wars then.
Yeah, just Guild
I
Wars.
do want to get back into Guild Wars. It's such a bittersweet thing for me, but
Yeah.
maybe next LAN night we can.
Yeah. What have you been playing, Ryan?
So what I've been playing this week, I've been continuing my soiree. No, I've been continuing.
No, it's not it.
I've been continuing playing Cats, which I actually have the acronym now. It's Crash Arena Turbo Special.
Ooh.
Dude, that's trademarked. Crash. You can't use that. That's a real word.
It is a real word. So yeah, I've just been playing it, and it's a really fun game. Like it's
you infected the game around people around you that seem to like it. Is that English?
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's good. Like there's a surprising amount of strategy because you build your little mech, little robot, and just kind of let it go. So you because you don't actually control it while you're in the game, it can do some really neat stuff like you never have to queue to fight an opponent.
Okay.
Because it just grabs a random person who's in the same ranking as you and puts you against their robot.
Yeah.
And if they win, you get if you win while you're away, you get money from that.
That's a cool system actually.
Yeah. And it's really cool. And there's stuff like it's got like leaderboards, so you get put in a ranking and you're like you fight 14 people in a row, and then based on how many you win, you get put on the leaderboard with those 14 people, and the people that are in the top 5 bracket move up to the next rank, and you unlock better and better parts as you go.
Right.
And it's just a really fun game.
What parts are you up getting up to? You still wooden parts?
No, so I'm up to metal parts. I need to go up one more rank to get military parts.
Ooh. Oh.
So, yeah, it's just a really fun game. You get, it gives you, it kind of does, if you play, Clash of Clans or a lot of mobile games, not Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, or a lot of mobile games these days, it's kind of like, you got 4 slots for loot boxes, and then they got a timed opening.
Okay.
You can actually watch an ad to skip 30 minutes of the box opening, which is actually terrific.
Can you watch ads until it's completely skipped?
Yes.
Oh,
you
that's
can
cool.
Just
Wait,
keep
what?
watching ads. Yeah.
That's
you can
great.
just keep watching ads. Like if you've got a loot box at 6 hours,
Just watch 12 ads.
If you watch 12 ads in a row, you just completely skip the opening, and it's great.
That's awesome.
And one of my biggest things that I love about this game is a thing that I'll tell you time and time again is I want to play a mobile game on my own terms. If I want to sit down and play it for 5 hours, I will sit down and play it for 5 hours.
Yeah.
And this game really supports that.
That's
you
awesome.
can actually, if you keep doing the quick play, like if you winning 3 games gets you a loot box. If you get a win streak of 5, then you get a crown on a random loot box, stacking up to 3 crowns, and it just upgrades the items that you get. So you get an extra, star, like an extra bit of quality on a random item that's in that box. So if you do it 3 times, you can get like 3 stacks of crowns on each one, so that they're fully upgraded. So there's actually a point in playing it, because like, for example, Clash Royale, there's no point in playing once you've got a full set of boxes. Because like, well, if I'm playing now, I'm just wasting the boxes I would have gotten. But with this, it's like, I can keep playing and upgrade the items in that box for when I, open them in the future.
Yeah, see, I specifically didn't keep playing once the slots are full, because I was like, I'm just going to waste the boxes.
Well, yeah, exactly. So you do waste the boxes, but it's because you get the crowns for the 5 win streak, it still makes it worth it, because you're like, I wouldn't have got that box anyway. Unless you want to skip it, because it's only 4 ads for the basic loot box. So it's like you can just watch 4 30-second ads, and you skip the entire waiting of the loot box.
Honestly, this game sounds really cool, and
Yeah.
I also recently deleted Tinder, so I probably have room for it on my phone.
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
I'm
Single.
I've got just like my strategy is just to have a little sneaky guy, and I flip them over and then drill them.
Oh, that's
and that's
awesome.
my current strategy. But there's so much strategy behind it.
I like
Some
that.
people like just have ones that flip over you, and like they have these spinning saw blades that hit you as they go over you and then come at you from behind, which counters like so many things. But also it's really risky, because sometimes you'll just fuck yourself. You'll just fall over and not get back up.
Amazing.
But yeah, it's really fun. The other game that I've been playing is Goner. It's a really beautiful roguelike. It's basically, or roguelite, if you are so inclined. It's got like a neon Day of the Dead art style.
Like
It's-
the Holy One Dead album?
No.
Look at me instead of him.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Like the game, as you're moving through, it kind of builds itself around, like it's got like sketchy lines and stuff, and it like builds the level as you're going through.
Is this a...
And then it like degrades behind you kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's, you can go back and forth.
So this is on Steam, and it's
on Steam.
it's a money?
Yeah, it's a money. It's actually was in the Humble Monthly bundle.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
it's yeah.
That's probably why I recognize that name.
Yes. You will have it. I highly recommend this game. It is beautiful. It doesn't do much in the way of explaining what stuff does, but it does a good enough job of explaining it completely through gameplay.
Oh, okay.
Which is a
love that.
very nice thing that it does.
Love that.
I'm still very vague about a lot of the mechanics though, but not in a way that I'm frustrated, in a way that it's like, if I keep playing this, I'm going to learn more about how these things work. It also has a really cool, like, kind of a combo system, I guess. Like, you have a time to kill a certain amount of enemies. If you kill 5, you get one of the currency. And so it really encourages like run and gun and going through it quickly and like planning out how you're going to kill the enemies. It's just a really nice game. I love it so much.
Awesome.
It also just feels smooth as fuck to play. Like it's got that really nice like fine-tuned
Nice
controls.
game feel.
It's got good game
I
feel.
love me some feel.
Yeah. And that's my long ass rant about the only 2 games I've been playing this week. Micah,
Hey!
what you been playing?
I've been a bad boy. I'm a little naughty. I've been just I just pretty much was watching some gameplay of Crash Bandicoot 2, and I was like, holy shit, I love Crash Bandicoot 3. So I downloaded a PSX emulator, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna play this. And then I got so into like the whole Crash thing that I was like, I'm just gonna play a shitload of the other Crash games that I played when I was a kid, which were all on the PS2. So I figured all that out, and because it took me so long to figure out, because I'm just absolutely imbecilic when it comes to computers, it took me a while to figure out the PS2 emulator, and by the time I did it, I was like, I don't want to play anything but PS2 games.
Fair enough.
So I just downloaded a shitload of those, which is where I've been the naughty boy. And I just like, I don't want to gush for too long about how much I love the PS2 era, but I fucking love the PS2 era so much. So with the Crash games, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, that's a solid game. That's just like, I got halfway through it, like just in one sitting, and I was like, this is an enjoy. I'm love. And I don't want it to all be I'm love nostalgia gogs, but it just, I love the controls of it. It controls incredibly solidly. I don't think I was always someone that's like the D-pad's stupid, but going back and playing PS1 games when it was just the D-pad, it feels right for some reason. I'm just super into it.
And the PS1 also, like, PlayStation controllers have such a good D-pad as well.
Yeah. Like, I think Crash Bandicoot 1 definitely had a lot of flaws. I fucking love that game. And then Crash Bandicoot 2 solved a lot of them. And the game design in general is better. There's much less bullshit. Like in Crash Bandicoot 1, you know how there are levels where you run toward the screen and there's usually like a boulder rolling or something. There are so many times in the first game where you can do everything absolutely perfectly and the boulder can still hit you. Yeah. And they just didn't really fine tune things. It seems like the second and third games are a lot more like player based as opposed to wouldn't it be cool if you had to be perfect in this level. And the Crash Bandicoot like first three games are known for being hard as fuck. Like they just are. But then I also played me some Twinsanity, which is weird, and the music is like it's all in noises, and it's really it's really jumpy and strange, and like the game starts out with fucking Neo Cortex just kind of paralyzing Coco and then dressing up like her and then being like, Crash, come with me! And it's like, what is happening? It's weird.
It's some freaking joke as shit.
Yeah, it's weird, and I love all of the Crash Bandicoot characters. Then I was like, what's another Crash game that I played as a kid? Crash of the Titans. That is so different from everything else.
Yeah, like way more combat focused.
It's... I don't want to say it's worse, but it really is.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
like I played Twinsanity. I was like, I expect this to be bad because it's one of the games where I think Tattletale took over after Naughty Dog, and it was just kind of like, this is strange, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then Crash of the Titans might be because I accidentally downloaded a German version. Everything felt a little bit off.
Was it perhaps the German?
It could have been the German. But I understood some of the words because I got obsessed with German a couple of years ago. So maybe it's kind of a good thing I'm learning a new language. I deleted the ISO though. It controlled not nearly as good as the other games that I played, the other 4 Crash Bandicoot games. Everything feels off, the music feels strange, hitting, like, every single game I get so much nostalgia for. Again, could have been the German, but I just didn't really feel much nostalgia. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this, but yeah. You just have to look up the fucking Aku Aku design for Crash of the Titans to know that it's not Crash Bandicoot game. But yeah, other than that, I just kind of branched off. I started playing other games I played as a kid, like the Robots the Movie game. I had a giggle at some of the animations in that. And then Ty the Tasmanian Tiger just didn't work. It was so funny. I was like a floating piece of eyes. That sounds like I slipped up, but I was a floating piece of eyes for quite some time. And it was all very strange, and the fucking Australian accents are so overdone, and I remember it from when I was a kid. The entire game was just fucking full-on lag. Like, I only recently learned the difference between emulators. When it's slow down and lag, it was lag. 100%. Like, low-ass frame rate shit was funny, though. And then I tried a little diddle, and this is kind of like the last one that I played that I really give a heck about. I tried out Shadow of the Colossus, because that's like fucking one of the most loved PS2 games, and everyone's like, hell yeah. It could have been the emulator, almost definitely was the emulator, but when I could look past the fact that the visuals were weird and the slowdown was weird and all that kind of stuff, when I could look past that, the controls just sucked. And I don't know if it's in the actual game or if it was the emulator.
It's in the actual game. That game is known to have just not good controls.
It ruined the game for me. I rage quit for the first time in I think since I played The Witcher 2 because of controls. Like it just like I beat the first 2 Colossi. And that was like, the second I got to the first Colossus, I was like, because I've been so skeptical about it, I was like, you can't really feel the scale of this. And then I shot the first Colossus with an arrow, he turned around, started walking at me, and my heart sank. I was like, he's big! Like, I just said that.
He's a big boy!
Yeah, he's quite colossal! And it was just like, duh, of course he's big. But I felt it, and climbing up in and stabbing him was like, holy shit. And then the second one, the game fucked up, the emulator fucked up even more, so it was harder for me to feel it. And then the third guy, which is one of the biggest in the game, fucking just was like, holy shit, he's walking at me. And then the game slowed down, and everything started fucking up, and it was kind of design-wise there, because with the third guy, I'm sorry to spoil a little of the method, but with the third guy, you're meant to shoot an arrow at him and then run away from him to, like, get onto him. And I found, because the fight takes place on an elevated platform, I kept on fucking running off of the platform, because you're meant to be looking at the guy. There's like, you hold L1 to lock onto the Colossus, and I did that because you're meant to be looking at it to see if he's going to hit you or not. And I did that, and as I was running away from him toward the camera, I just fell off so many times. Fuck, man. Oh! And then I rage quit because you can't fucking jump properly, and the jump controls are all fucked up, and it was frustrating. But
So you enjoyed it?
I really want to play it on a PS2 to see if it's any better.
What about the PS3 HD unit?
That one would be preferred as well. But other than that, the PS2 era is such I don't want to say revolutionary because I don't know much about history and games, but
The sixth generation of gaming was a revolution, yes.
Fuck you. All I know is that I don't think there's a game from that era where I can be like, this is stupid. Like, even if it fucking sucks, I'm like, but it's on a PS2, it's good.
No, I get that.
Yeah. It was such a good era for game developers, both cementing and working really hard on something that had been around for a while, like platformers and stuff like that, and also trying a lot of new things, like climbing colossal boys. And I think personally that it was the last era of gaming where it was a lot more about passion, a lot less about money, I think. But it's a great time. I don't personally am like, you should emulate, but if you want to,
You should emulate.
give it a shot.
If you don't want to emulate, there's actually been a bunch of PS2 classics have been added to the PS4 store recently.
Recently? Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You
Oh, I was just going to say, other than that, like, I didn't play, apart from the Crash games, I didn't play a lot of games where I poured all of my heart into them when I was a kid, like Ratchet and Clank and the Spyro games. I didn't really delve into that, but I love those games. I feel like I had a point and then I just forgot because I got distracted by thinking about Ratchet.
is it that 3D mascot platformers are awesome?
Yes, so awesome.
Unless the ukulele,
Bubsy.
am I right?
Ooh.
Or Bubsy. So, are we...
No, I was going to make a burn on Jack and Daxter. Go on. I never played the games. I don't know if they're good or not.
So I play... I was like, okay, I feel like playing some retro Nintendo games. But I was also like, I don't have time. So then my brain did the calculations and was like, you'd have time if they were portable. So I went into my closet, pulled out a system I've not used in quite a while. The Retro Duo Portable V2, a portable SNES and NES clone console. And I played me some Super Nintendo games. Specifically, I played Gradius 3 and Phantom 2040. And just...
I love Gradius 3. I do. You love it more? I just wanted to step in for a second and be like, that's a good game.
Gradius 3 is just... it's also just... Gradius 3 is a good game.
It's solid.
And unlike almost any other game of the era, it has an easy mode. And also, the easy mode's actually...
Challenging.
Well, it's challenging enough, but it's easy. And it's just... You can play and enjoy that game if you suck at video games, just because the easy mode is just so forgiving. But me being me, I played it on normal. And sometimes I could get through the first stage without dying. And I had so much fun trying to get the... so it's a space shooter. I don't think I said that. a classic space shooter, took space shooting to the next new level, was made back before Konami was a dick. And just, I had so much fun testing out different power-ups, trying to see different combinations, trying to see good builds to go with. And I'm just having so much fun with that game. I'm going to keep playing it. One day I will beat it.
Nah.
On easy.
Nah.
Without dying once.
Oh, well, definitely.
And then other than that, I played a game that no one has ever heard of called Phantom 2040. It's based on a TV show from the 90s called...
Also, it's another SNES game?
Yeah, another SNES game.
Okay.
Called Phantom 2040. Based on the Phantom comics, and it's Super Metroid, but with 20 endings.
Yeah.
On the SNES. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why aren't there 2040 endings?
And it's just... So, the only issue I have with the game is the camera is zoomed in a little bit too far. So you can't really see enemies right when you need to.
That's enough to ruin something for me.
Yeah, that's like what ruined a lot of the Bubsy games, other than them being horrible.
That's what ruined Ninja Gaiden for me.
Ninja Gaiden's really zoomed out.
A lot of enemies just come out of nowhere.
Oh, wait, yeah. But like, yeah, once you get the hang of firing when you expect to be enemies instead of actually being enemies, which sounds like a bad thing, but I kind of got really into it. And like, there's limited ammo, but you earn more from killing enemies than you do by even just spamming it while running. And just, I enjoy it. Like, it has one of the most fun grappling hooks to use on all the gaming. It's a bit hard to aim where you want to go, where you want to hit. But when you do, it's just kind of like, you can climb high walls, find secrets, you can reach areas you probably wouldn't have thought you'd been able to, just by like swinging around with it. And yeah, like, I beat the first 2 bosses and then was like, oh, okay, I'm done now. That game has the worst save system of anything ever. They didn't want to pay for a save battery, so they have a password system, which is fine. But the issue is, the password system is so long, it saves your health to the pixel, your exact lives, and every single power-up you have. Which means, if you struggled a bit trying to get up to the boss, you're going to keep those lives and not be able to beat the game, because you don't have enough lives to beat the game. And just, that game would be so much better if it had a save battery and infinite lives. But I am determined to get good enough at that game to beat the entire game in the 10 lives you can set it to.
Yeah, this might sound like a stupid question, but I genuinely don't know. Like with the handheld SNES boy that you got.
Yep.
Is there like a way to hard save, like just like a kind of like a save state on that?
No, because
that would be good.
Because it doesn't emulate its actual hardware.
Oh, okay. All right, that's cool.
Which is what I was looking for, because I don't want an emulator.
Is that a thing on the Retron? Can you save state?
Yeah, because the Retron 5 uses emulators, so you can save state on that.
Okay.
But I would also never use that.
I use save states a lot when I fucking fell off of everything in the world in Shadow of the Colossus.
See, the thing with this though is it wouldn't have helped me. Save states wouldn't have helped because you'd still die in almost equal amount unless you reloaded every time you got hit.
Yeah. Sounds like something I'd do.
And it's a game you get hit a lot. But yeah, fun game. It's really fun trying to find secrets. It's just such an underrated SNES game, probably because it's based on a TV show no one's ever heard of. But it just confused me how a game with so much content that is like a TV show licensed game exists.
Well, because Mario.
Mario was actually based on a TV show.
So yeah,
Fuck you, Luigi.
Fun game. Maybe one day I'll be able to finish it.
Have you guys seen that? In the first episode of the Super Mario Super Show, he says, "Fuck you, Luigi."
That's the end of this podcast. If you have anything to say about this topic or any other topic that we've talked about on the podcast before, feel free to comment below anywhere. You can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are at the Nuggcast, and we are the Nuggcast podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see you later, baby boy.
Have a cool time.
Wait.
Have a cool time.
Next week's topic.
Oh yeah.
See you later after these messages.
Yeah. Next week's topic, we're going to be talking about women in gaming.
Ooh,
and then we'll be playing Momodora.
Reverie Under the Moonlight.
Yeah, Reverie Under the Moonlight. There we go.
Definitely pick it up. It's a fucking cool game.
It's very pretty.
Spoilers.
Great art.
Go. If you like the art,
Oh, and just some of my favorite music. Not to spoil it, but whoa.
there's waifus.
So many waifus.
Goodbye for real this time. Have a cool time.